Namaskar. You asked and he's here. Elmer Yuen, after a brief hiatus of a few months, he is back with us. Elmer, namaskar and welcome to PGurus channel. How are you?
Hello, how are you? Sree? Long time no see. And
Long time no see indeed.
and the last time I saw you, I was only 75. I'm now 76.
It's been that long.
Yeah,
You
but
know what? You,
times
you,
change.
you look younger every passing year, my friend.
No. I'm
Um,
doing the Hong Kong Parliament, and
hmm.
we have already about more than 20 people join as candidates, and we'll have a voting in May.
Oh, wow.
So I've
Wow.
been very
Wow.
busy, and it's a special way of voting that it's you use mobile phone and your passport. It reads the chip in your passport, and then use that to qualify and to vote.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. So there is no double coding, no hanky panky.
No hanging back, and also while you are voting, nobody knows.
So, Elmer, a lot of things have happened since the last time we talked, and
Yeah.
China is going through another big, churn, if you will. A lot of people are getting fired. A lot of other things are happening. On one side, the other side is Ka-Shing has sold, or he's trying to sell CK Hutchison to BlackRock, and looks like what I'm hearing from you, it's not what people in the United States are thinking is happening. So you can choose whichever one to go first and then go to the other one. The floor is yours.
The whole idea was when Donald Trump started mentioning about Panama. It's really his own idea. It didn't even come from the U.S. bureaucrats. So suddenly, Trump has this idea that that Panama is threatened by Chinese, and so he sent the Commerce Secretary
Lutnick.
to asked him to go check it out. So they put two cameras on each side of a ship when it goes through the canal. And what they filmed, 70% of all the companies along the canal were Chinese or written in Chinese characters. So he felt the threat because, as you know, China, Xi Jinping is looking at the ocean navigation dominance, right? He want to share half with U.S. and they have their reasoning, which is not wrong. They have, I think, half of the world's ship belong to them, and they're building more, and then their goods have to be shipped somewhere. So right now, U.S. of course we know control Suez Canal, and if U.S. also control Panama Canal, it's very serious because I think half of the market, half of the global market for Chinese
I
goods.
think you meant China is controlling Suez Canal, and
No,
China is
no, no,
also
no. They're
going.
Djibouti. Right now you see the Yemen. The fight against the bombing of the Yemen is to protect the Suez Canal.
Hmm.
U.S. That's
Okay.
what they're doing. China has only Djibouti. There's a little port, but
Right. Right.
overall,
Right.
U.S. have total control. So,
Okay.
so if you look at Atlantic, not only the North Atlantic but also the South Atlantic, and on the west side of the Atlantic, you have, of course, United States, all the populated cities, and then in Central America. Most of the ports are in the west of Atlantic Ocean, and then South America. All the big cities and the big countries are also on the west side, and on the east of the Atlantic, of course, all the European countries. So more than half of the world's market is in fact can only come through Suez Canal and Panama Canal. So this is very important to China because their market, this is their market. China have three horses, all right, three horses, or you can call three carriages. One was the infrastructure, and it's really exhausted because nobody needs it anymore. China overbuilt. So their building of infrastructure is huge. That used to generate money. Now it's over, right? And then uh, and then the other one, of course, is export. And the third one is property development. And property development, we know, is dead. So all they got left is export. And U.S. have a trade deficit of 1 trillion U.S. You saw what
Yes.
Donald Trump
Yeah.
said, right?
Tariffs.
So
Yeah.
they're still making a lot of money. China is still making a lot of money in export. And export needs to be shipping. They build all the ships, and Trump wants to charge them from 500,000 to 1.5 million US dollars per ship per harboring. This is huge. So, right now, I think Trump knows in manufacturing he can never compete. U.S. can never compete with China or India because that people are more hardworking than Americans. But he wants to control natural resource, energies, all the sea lanes, including the
Greenland, Arctic
Arctic,
Ocean. Yeah,
yeah, Arctic
yeah.
Sea lane. So he wants to work with Putin and also Greenland and also Canada, of course, that controls the Arctic. So he wants to control all this. And Panama and Suez Canal are very important. So based on if he can control that, the biggest market in the world are all the banks, all the banks of the Atlantic Ocean. So he is working on this, and Li Ka-Shing in before Hong Kong returned to China already bought a lot of management rights of 44 harbors and in 22 countries, and there are 99 docks. This is huge. So, Li Ka-shing saw what Donald Trump was saying, that he wants to have Panama back. So he knows this is the best time to sell. So he packaged the whole thing and made a deal. Not yet, all right. Made a framework agreement with BlackRock, and BlackRock wants to sell maybe the Panama. He wants to have a U.S. company control, but all the other ports, he wants to sell it to this Mediterranean shipping company, which is the biggest in the world. So of course, Xi Jinping got really mad because this is his whole scheme of One Belt, One Road. He was counting on all these ports to join up and control the One Belt, One Road. And that's almost half of what China have. Now they never belonged to China. The Chinese thought they can buy anytime at low price. But Xi Jinping sold it for $200 billion. It's a
Li
lot of
Ka-shing,
money.
Li Ka-shing.
Li Ka-shing, sorry. Li Ka-shing sold for $200 billion. And it's only a framework agreement. And there are 142 days to close. So right now, this is a huge fight. And of course, Li Ka-shing used to do a lot of charitable work in China and Hong Kong. And now suddenly they're calling him the traitor, communists. Every
Of
day they
course.
can change.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is very serious because by hook or by crook, Trump is going to take it because it's such strategic interest. 70% of the ships going through are U.S. ships and warships. So in order for the two sides of their fleet to work with each other back and forth, U.S. have to have absolute control. And this Carter was, you know what I mean, the leftist. So they
Right, right.
gave it away for $1. But luckily, in the agreement says very clearly, Panama has to stay neutral. All right. What happened is 8 years ago, Panama de-recognized Taiwan and then recognized in China. And Xi Jinping, of course, was very happy. And so he took the wife and they make a grand tour. So he think about Panama is very, very important, especially his strategy to do business with Central America and South America, which is, of course, the back door of the United States.
So now, as things stand, it's still up in the air. U.S. still doesn't quite control Panama Canal, even assuming BlackRock is a friend of yours. Although BlackRock is also deep state. It's not.
The other way, whatever. But you know what happened? The deal was supposed to be signed next week, next Tuesday, next Wednesday or Tuesday. It's the 2nd of April to coordinate with Trump's Liberation Day, all right, his tariff Liberation Day. But
Right,
then
right.
it's postponed. So last Friday evening, Gong, which is Li Ka-shing's flagship, announced that there won't be signing anything coming week. It looks like China have gone to complain at this, saying that the Mediterranean shipping company, after buying Li Ka-shing's all these assets, will become a monopoly, global monopoly on ports, on container ports. So it's legitimate, all right? And China, of course, is the biggest shipping nation in the world right now.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
it's legitimate complaint, and that's why it's been postponed. So what I feel is the deal has to be restructured. They have to chop it up and sell to different parties to avoid this monopolistic look.
Wonderful, wonderful. So that's the Panama Canal part and Li Ka-Shing. We wish him all the best. Now, next up topic is what is happening inside the CCP. Is there a PLA CCP conflict brewing? Because he's he's firing so many generals, and I mean, like nobody's business.
Let me.
Yeah,
This is my life.
your
I need to know.
forte.
Not that I'm better. Not that I'm better, because as you know, I'm under what do you call? I'm a fugitive with 1
You're a
million on
fugitive.
my head, bounty on my head from the communists.
Tell me your address again. Tell me your address again.
You didn't know that? I'm a fugitive.
I mean,
I'm the highest reward guy from Hong Kong. So 1 million bounty on my head, and then they notify everybody in of course not every country listen to them. I have if I go to any country that's friendly to China, they're going to send me, extradite me to China or to Hong Kong.
of course. Yeah.
So anyway, that's I'm doing, like, because I'm organizing Hong Kong Parliament. The real parliament, what they have is a really, I mean, like China or Hong Kong, it's a show of hand. It's not real. It's a rubber stamp. So what I'm doing, the real thing, which through real election. So
I've got a tagline for you. Elmer's is real parliament. Xi's is real, REEL, like a movie. Real parliament.
Yeah, exactly. The China, there's though. I mean, they call, the parliament is called raising hands, automatic raising hand machine for raising hands. And they have a consultative, again, a body consultative, and that's called clipping hands. Whatever they say, they clap their hands. This is China, and now they're doing the same to Hong Kong. But anyway, I have to focus on China because it's my life. It's my life and my freedom. So I know more about China than many people because
of course
I have no choice. I'm watching it like a hawk, like 20 hours a day. But anyway, the Chinese what happened in China is last July, they had a third plenary, meaning all the people's so-called parliament and all the consultative body, everybody came to Beijing. And in July, during that meeting, huge meeting, all right, huge meeting, Xi Jinping had a stroke, all right, and suddenly he's paralyzed. And so what happened? People didn't know what to do. So they called all the elderly statesmen, about maybe 30 or 40 of them, the retired statesmen, used to be high position. So 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and all these famous people came, if they are capable, if they are not sick. So they all came during that meeting, during that plenary meeting. So they all came, and then they make some decisions. At that time, the Xi Jinping was still unconscious. All right, it's undergoing what do you call operation? What do you call the micro? What's the English word for it?
Brain surgery?
Microsurgery, yes. So what they did, here's a blockage. Obviously, there's a blockage. So they actually inject something from here into the back, so that to dissolve the clot.
Yeah.
So and that thing takes probably, he disappeared for almost 2 weeks in the middle of a meeting. It's a national meeting. So what happened? What arrangement they've done is they say, "Wow, he's sick. He may or may not recover." So they gave the military, which is most important, to Zhang Youxia, the second man in the military. Used to be quite friendly to Xi Jinping, but of course, everything's in China, in the communists, is in the face. You never know, underneath they are killing each other. So they gave the military power of the military to Zhang Youxia, which was a general. And then they also give the government administration to Li Qiang, all right, who runs the China State Council, is equivalent to the administration of China. All right, Li Qiang is the prime minister. The prime minister control the state council, which runs all the government departments. So Xi Jinping is left with only the party, general party secretary, because the party that have party is not so fast moving. So it's policy matter, philosophy, and all that stuff. So basically, he only left with 1/3 of the power. Very political. They didn't know what to do because this happened so sudden. So they didn't want to kick him out. And so after he recovered, he found out that's all he had was the party. A party, of course, is still very powerful, but still inside the party, since you have such an attack or stroke, people see weakness, and then he's really still trying to control the party, but everybody can see there's a lot of difficulty. Now, the CCP also have a deep state. Every I'm sure you in India you have the same, right? Every country, every power have something behind. So they have the deep state in the so-called Central Committee. Very powerful people. They don't want their name to be known. Very, very, very low profile. So though they are a group, so when such thing happen, they will execute. They are the one who would go to, and Xi Jinping has power in the military, all right? So they go and pick everyone out and throw them out. So as of 2 weeks ago, or 1 week ago, every powerful officer in the military that's loyal to Xi Jinping are out, are totally out. So they clean up the military, and Chinese military is really not so great. I don't know about India, but Chinese is not so great. They don't even want to fight Taiwan. Why die? Die for what? Die for your personal idea. And Taiwan never really, Taiwan is doing well. So in the military, even in the Chinese Communist Party, they don't really want to take back Taiwan. On lip service, they pay lip service to Xi Jinping. And of course, communists wants to have unified nation and want to expand their power as big as possible. But it's only lip service. They know if they do Taiwan, the whole world will have sanction on China. And it's over economically. China will be finished for many, many years. But that's what's happening. So right now, China has only export as their business, and U.S. with this tariff is killing China. Trying to go through Mexico now. U.S. give 25%, apply 25% tariff on Mexico. They try to go through Canada, also 25%. They try to use drugs, fentanyl, and then Trump is trying to block them everywhere, and no cars into U.S. No Chinese cars allowed in U.S. So steel 25%, aluminum 25%, and lately all cars, but China cars not even allowed in North America. So that's what's happening. So it's big trouble. Everybody expects Xi Jinping and Trump to meet in June, but I believe, or we believe that because Xi Jinping is not a good negotiator at all. In 2018 in Buenos Aires, he agreed to everything Trump wanted, and then 3 months later, he overthrew everything. So it's renege on everything. The guy is he is not a detail man. He's a big policy guy or a big picture guy. So what happened is they may replace him with somebody to negotiate. He may still be a figurehead for the party. The Chinese CCP wants to have a good show. Oh, they have a peaceful transfer of power. But in fact, Xi Jinping lost at least 2/3 of his power, and then they are easing him out. So by July it will be another plenary meeting. He should be out.
And you think that he would be replaced by Li Qiang?
No. Li Qiang will be only the administration, meaning prime minister normally take care of the business and everything. But the in CCP, the most important person, of course, is the party secretary. And
Yes,
we
yes.
believe there are several possibility.
Contenders.
There are several Wang Huling, and what happened? The deep state is making all the arrangement for secession. You understand? So it's not
Yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
Everybody thought it's a power fight. No, no, that's wrong. Everybody thought, oh, he is fighting it. No, they have a deep state behind making all the arrangement of the future. That's the way it happened with Tiananmen Square. After the Tiananmen Square incident, all right, you can see suddenly this group is gone, that group is gone. So somebody behind is making arrangement. This is the way the communists are. It's a very secretive society.
Okay. Now, last question. Since you brought it up. There was a very interesting trip of the vice president and his wife, who is actually an Indian American, Usha Vance,
Yes.
to Greenland.
Yes.
And somehow, sometimes Trump believes in shock and awe. He brings you with a
Yes.
big shock, and then
Sure, sure.
he thinks that he's softening you up. But
Element of
Trump was-
surprise.
yeah, element of surprise, exactly. Now, China has been investing in a lot in Arctic Ocean and the routes through that, using icebreakers and things of that nature. This is something that many people are not completely aware of. Talk to us a little bit from a Chinese perspective, how successful they have been to have 365-day, movement through the Arctic Ocean.
Siri, I'm the only one. I'm the only Chinese who really actually do business in Arctic, or in Siberia, Arctic, with the energy everything. Let me tell you, the Arctic is so important, not only because of shipping. All right, shipping, of course, very important. From East Asia or Southeast Asia, all the goods can go and save at least weeks. That is one important thing. But the other thing is, of course, underneath, huge energy and natural resource, mineral, raw earth, whatever you want is underneath. All right? So the Russian have no money to tap into it. Canada also no money. These people have no ambition, the Canadians. Right? And Greenland, of course, nobody cares. But so the North Pole is very rich. And not only that, you are in IT business. The future is AI, right? And
Right.
AI, you need the supercomputer made by all these
Right.
chips, GPUs.
Right.
And also you need the servers to store the information. AI servers are much more necessary, because you need to access lots of information.
Right.
So the best place for this is in Arctic. First of all, as you know, the chip generate a lot of heat. Right? They need a lot of energy first, which is underneath, right underneath. And then they generate huge amount of heat, both the server and the supercomputer. So this is a perfect place. So there are so many benefits with the Arctic. This is why Trump is so serious about Greenland and everything, because that is the future. US can never compete with India or China on manufacturing. It's not possible. All right?
True.
Because you have hardworking people. What can you do?
Right.
And but in energy, in sea route, all right, in computer, in AI, he wants to dominate. That's a national strategy. Of course, I don't listen to all the Washington. I mean, these bureaucrats, all they know is pocket money. They don't really do anything. But I look at things because I have experience. I do energy business with Russia, from Siberia, and it's very close to unbelievable amount of natural gas and oil, you name it, gold, and even gold. They're the biggest reserve of underground reserve of gold.
Wow. So the battle is truly on. I hope Greenland comes around very fast. All it'll take is one poke somewhere by China and they'll come running. Unfortunately, they don't understand this. So we'll wait and see. Elmer, wonderful talking to you again, catching up with you after a long time. Looking forward to seeing you again very soon. And good luck with the HK Parliament. We'll talk more about it. Face to face, we'll talk a little bit more on these things. And hopefully very soon on your next trip, when you are quietly passing through US, we'll quietly meet, have a quiet
Thank you very
interview.
much. Nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Namaskar.